Hi guys, and welcome back. I actually wasn't planning on making a video today, but I saw this thing and I thought it was really predatory, and I thought I should maybe create some awareness about it, or I feel like I need to talk about this. Before we start, I just want to say I'm a little bit scared of getting sued or a cease and desist or something, but everything in this video is my opinion. I'm not going to be making any actual claims or definitive things about any of this stuff. All of this for me is just speculation, but I just really want to make people very aware of things that I'm talking about in this video. I actually was originally working on another video that is an actual art video for my art channel that is not an art channel, but I thought this was kind of important, so we're gonna be rushing out a video this week about this. So this started because I was scrolling through Instagram, and I'll be honest, I low-key don't use TikTok anymore. My algorithm is fucked. So usually when I want to watch short form content, I go to Instagram or I go to YouTube. I know I'm a boomer, I know. But I a lot of times get a lot of content about the economy, the job market, a lot of political stuff, things that are happening around the world. And I got this video, and I'm gonna show you this video first, and then we'll just kind of discuss it.
I just got denied a job from Target. I have a fucking bachelor's degree. I spent 4 years on a bachelor's degree, and then my parents in great old America told me, go get your master's degree because that will absolutely solidify you a job. I can't get a cashier's job. I cannot get a minimum wage job. If I was not making money doing UGC on SideShift, which literally anybody could do, a 5-year-old, I would be in a ditch. I wouldn't be able to pay to live. So I have to ask America, what are we doing? How are we supposed to make money? How are we supposed to live?
I don't know if you guys caught that at the end, but she goes, if I didn't make UGC on SideShift, I would be in a ditch. And I'm gonna be honest, this content, it seems so normal. I get stuff like this on my feed all the time, and I remember literally seeing it. I liked it, I reposted it, but the SideShift thing was kind of weird to me, but I wasn't really thinking about it. So I ended up reposting it, and I kind of went on with my day.
Just got back from a job interview. Would you like to know how it went? Tell me why I get through almost the entire interview. I'm answering all of the questions that this nice man is asking me. And we get to the very end, and this guy, he looks over my resume, and then he looks back at me, and he says, we're really looking for somebody with 2 years of relevant experience. But wait, I forgot to tell you, this interview is taking place at fucking Chipotle. First of all, why am I even here? You had my resume before we scheduled the interview. Second of all, what fucking experience do you need to stand behind the counter and scoop chicken and mop floors? Matter of fact, I'm sorry, this is my fault. I apologize that I didn't go to culinary school. I'm sorry I didn't major in fucking burrito architecture. Matter of fact, I don't even want to work here. I don't know why I applied. Getting a job like the old method, has that been patched now? Because why is it so hard to get a job at Chipotle? I swear, if I wasn't even doing UGC on SideShift and making money from brand deals, I'd probably be on the streets right now. I probably wouldn't be able to afford rent. I wouldn't be able to pay my tuition. I'm 20 years old. I'm in college. If you're watching this, if you're in high school, I hope you're ready. This shit is not fun.
Again, I watched this and I was like, that's a little weird. And not gonna lie, some things kind of perked up in my ears, specifically the 2 weeks of experience at Chipotle. I just maybe that's a thing, I don't really know. I really doubt it is. It's Chipotle. But again, this seemed really normal. It looks like a lot of the other content that was popping up on my feed about how people are having a hard time in the job market right now because our job market is horrible and we're trying to replace everybody with AI. And on top of that, companies are making record profits because they're downsizing their workforce, And on top of that, we are low-key going into a recession that is not categorized as a recession, but we're all feeling it. And so I saw this, and then I heard the UGC on SideShift, and I was like, okay, something's up, right? And so I go to his profile and I look at it, and I'm like, this has to be sponsored. So if you go to the original post page, they actually have a link, and this link goes to this website called SideShift. And I was like, okay, what is this? So essentially, if you don't know what user-generated content is, I'm kind of neutral on user-generated content. It's a way for companies to market, and it's also a way for people to make content. So there will be these job boards, and a company will post I will give you X amount of money per view if you make a review about my content, or if you make a post about something, or if you promote X thing, I'll give you this amount of money. And I don't think it's bad. A lot of people you do user generated content to make money. I think a lot of general viewers don't know that this is happening. A lot of these paid promotions are not being disclosed, which is the issue. And this is the issue that I have with these videos. If you go back to this post, there's nothing anywhere about ads, right? Like, there's no hashtag ad, there's nothing in the description about an ad, there's no promotion, and clearly she is promoting something. This link is in her bio. She has a link in order to make commission off of this, and also she's framing it in a way that this is not an ad. She is talking about an experience that for a lot of people are going through the same thing, and she is just casually talking about this thing that she is promoting. And I don't want to make legal claims, but I think specifically this is something that is illegal. I think you have to put on your post if this is something you are getting paid or making money to do. And I might be wrong, but I don't think this is legal. And even if it's not legal, it is so predatory, because I watch so much content with people talking about their experiences in the job market, and a lot of these SideShift posts are them mentioning real companies that people are applying to, and they just don't disclose that they have an ad. And I've been seeing people that I know like this content and interact with it. And if you look at the comments, none of these are talking about how this is a sponsorship. They are just reacting to what she's saying in the video. So this is by the same guy who promoted SideShift.
All right, if you want to make an extra $5,000 to $10,000 a month as a college student, let me put you on my favorite side hustle that I bet you've probably never heard of. And anybody can do this. All you need is your phone and an internet connection. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This guy right here is getting paid thousands of dollars to film these simple 30-second TikTok videos. And this is how you can do the exact same thing. Go to this website right here, make an account, go to explore, and as you can see, this brand is paying $1,500 a month. Here's one for $1,000, $900, $600, $700. And this brand, which actually reached out to me on here, is paying $1,000 a month for that video I just showed you. Keep in mind that's just for one brand. If you do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 brands, then you should be hitting $5K a month easy. I think this is hands down one of the best ways to make money online right now. But if you want to learn more, comment UGC and I'll send you a DM.
Okay, so again, this is the same guy who made that exact same post as the girl before, and he's still making another video. So this one's clearly an actual like promotion of the product. He is not disclosing whether or not this is an ad. You know, sometimes people do recommend things and they're not being sponsored and it's just word of mouth, but I suspect that it's not. Like, obviously we don't know. I could be wrong. But again, there's nothing in the description or on the video or anything that is disclosing that this is an ad. And I would be very, very skeptical of this service considering how much it is offering, how much money you are making. If they are offering multiple thousands of dollars a month and you don't need any experience, I can't say the validity of this website or application, but a lot of times in my personal experience, it's too good to be true. And obviously, again, I don't know, but I would be super skeptical. So here's the same creator again.
I've been interviewing for a lot of jobs lately, and I've about had it up to here with all these bullshit ass questions they're asking in interviews nowadays. I was blessed enough to land an interview at the prestigious Raising Cane's the other day. There's one right next to my college. And as I'm sitting there trying to get through this interview, this schmuck actually looks me dead in the eyes, a grown man, and he asked me, why Cane's? Why do I want to work at Raising Cane's? Why do you think I want a job here? Actually, matter of fact, I'll show you. Because there's nothing in here. Realistically, what am I even supposed to say? That I'm passionate about chicken tenders? Like, why do we have to be so performative? We're grown adults. Let's not pretend. I want money. I need money. I have tuition. I have rent. Got my phone bill, car insurance. This is my own fault for putting myself through this. I don't even know why I applied to Raising Cane's. I've been making money doing UGC for brands on SideShift anyway. But come on, bro. Why do I want to work at Raising Cane's specifically? Come on. What am I supposed to even say to that?
Exact same format of video. He's literally standing in the same spot. He has like this notebook with like words on it. I don't know what it says, but it obviously is to like seem more natural and like this isn't an ad. And again, the comments are just not showing anything about this possibly being an ad. Everybody is taking him at face value and not realizing that in reality he is promoting something. Also, a lot of this content is just like low views. Like, oh my gosh. But a lot of the other content where he is just solely promoting is not getting the same kind of engagement. Like all of the stuff that he is making that is just these natural kind of like sit down videos where he's talking about an interview is getting significantly more views than the ones where he is just promoting like a quote unquote side hustle. So I was doing some research and it seems like there are a lot of these websites and stuff that are promoting this UGC UGC content. And again, I can't like speak on the validity of these things. I'm not specifically calling out a specific brand. I don't know what websites are and are not credible, but I think that seeing the promises that these creators are making, especially when they are not disclosing that this might be paid advertisements, is something that you really, really have to look out for.
$8,000 last month as a college student, all from my phone.
I wasted my time so you don't have to. She goes on to talk about an app called SideShift, and here's what I've learned. Now, the type of work you'll find on this app is user-generated content, or as they call it, influencer work, and they also...
So this video is just like giving another perspective. Majority of the stuff that I could find on this was people specifically promoting SideShift. I couldn't actually like find anything about anybody actually talking about it.
Pride themselves on targeting Gen Z. After going through tons and tons of Reddit forums, as well as talking to some people that have done it, I've heard mixed reception. Some people say it pays well, while others have said that it pays very little, and some said they've done jobs and not got paid at all. So I would say the jury's out. Proceed with caution. I can't apply because if you can't tell, I'm not Gen Z. If you want to see real side hustle reviews, subscribe to me. On to the next one, guys. Peace.
So here's another video.
I go to a job interview, and they tell me in that job interview that I have to go to a second interview. And that second interview tells me I have to go to a third interview just to tell me that I don't got the job on the fourth interview. Somebody's gonna pay me for these hours. There's no way companies out here are wasting their time, gas, and effort just to deny us from the job. This has not only happened to me once, twice, 3 times, but 5 times. And 4 months later, I am still unemployed. Listen, if I was not bringing in money on SideShift so I could actually survive, I would have probably walked in one of these jobs and start working. And somebody would have started paying me.
So again, same format, somebody talking about how they're having trouble finding a job, and then it's very subtly talking about something that they're doing, as in making UGC on SideShift. And again, there's no disclosure about any kind of ad on this video. One thing I also thought was really interesting was if you look at these specific hashtags, a lot of these hashtags are specifically have like hashtag Gen Z on it, which is the generation right now that is coming out of high school and coming out of college and are the new people in the job market and people who are very social media savvy. This is just like so predatory. I just like, I think it's really gross. They're just targeting really young people. Again, I can't talk about the validity of this specific application, but I can talk about the way that they are marketing and how I think it's predatory. They're also using hashtags like unemployment or job market and framing it in a way that is really subtle. I also think it's interesting that a lot of these creators that are posting this content don't have a lot of posts or views. Like, they have very few likes. So these creators, a lot of them just don't have a lot of engagement or following.
Ages of 18 to 24. I'm gonna need you to listen to me closely. You're gonna take your phone, your iPhone, download the app called SideShift. When you get on there, after you make your account, you're gonna see posts like this. $700 a month, $500 a month, $600. These are literally brands looking for Gen Z/young adults to create content for them on a daily basis. Not influencers, not famous people with a big following, normal, regular young adults with no following. If you think I'm lying, I gotta deal with one of these companies and let me show you how much they paid me in 1 week. This is how many views I generated for them, and this is how much they paid me. Let this be your new Indeed.
I can't say whether or not this is legitimate. I don't think she's making this amount of money from the amount of engagement that she's getting. And it seems like there are specific creators who are promoting SideShift specifically. And then here's the last one. It's from the same girl from the first one.
I just got rejected from Walmart as a cashier. What the fuck is so wrong with the job market that I have a bachelor's degree? Not only do I have a bachelor's degree, I spent 4 years on a bachelor's. I went back to school because, oh yeah, honey, go get your master's, go get further education. That'll really get you a spot in the job market solidified. There's no way it won't, because America tells you, oh yes, college will get you that job. Don't you worry, miss. Walmart will not accept me. If I wasn't doing shit with brands on SideShift, I would be living in a ditch. I'd be dead. I would be dead. Because even if I got a job, it probably wouldn't even pay me enough. Guys, what are we doing? What are we doing to make money right now? Spill me the secret sauce. Because I am absolutely serious that if I wasn't doing UGC that anyone could do, I'd be dead.
I say all this to say that be really careful about the content that you're consuming. Clearly, there's nothing in these videos that bro is like stomping. Damn. Okay, I say all of this to say that the job market is really hard right now. Please do not fall for these unpaid ads. You know, I don't know the validity of these things that these people are promoting. I just think it's really predatory to feed off of the people that are really struggling right now. And I just hope you guys can be a little bit more smart about your social media consumption. There is so much content out there right now. And I'm not just talking about these like UGC apps or like these job hunting apps. I'm also just talking about like pretty much everything you see on like TikTok and social media nowadays is a paid partnership. You know, these UGC platforms are literally the vessels in which people promote like sponsored content for other creators, and a lot of times they are not disclosing their ads. So just please be careful. I am kind of sure this stuff is illegal, but I'm like, again, I can't like make a full claim. I don't want to like be legally liable for anything. I also just want to say that there's a lot of stuff out there right now that is really predating on the fact that everybody is struggling in the economy right now. I've been seeing companies like Kalshi and like those gambling platforms where they're kind of promoting that you're gonna make a quick buck off of gambling. Please don't fall for those. Gambling is incredibly harmful and is one of the worst possible addictions you can actually have. One other thing is that I've been seeing a lot of advertisements, especially like on my YouTube ads recently, about like thrifting websites and secondhand websites. And I don't necessarily think they're bad. Websites like Vinted and like Depop, which are promoting this thing where essentially you can make a lot of money from selling secondhand. I don't know, I just think they're like so predatory. Like these companies, a lot of these large companies are the reason why our economy is so bad right now. And I'm not saying that people who sell on these websites or use these websites or even promote these websites are inherently evil or like bad. In fact, if you're just trying to like sell some money, like sell some clothes on Depop and like make some money, I think that is like a totally legitimate job. But it's just like so gross to me. Like they're literally taking advantage of the fact that all of our pockets are hurting. And a lot of big companies are the reason why our pockets are hurting in the first place. I just wanted to like bring a little bit of awareness to this because I think for me, like as somebody who is in this demographic of people who they're advertising to, I just think all of this stuff is so like gross and predatory. And again, this is not me making any claims about the companies themselves, whether or not they're fraudulent, how good they are, like if they are scams or not. I legitimately don't know. I just think that this content that I've been seeing is predatory and I wanted to talk about it. So I hope you guys had a wonderful day. I'm so sorry this is such a downer. It's also so different from my normal content. I promise I will actually be making an art video. I promise I'll actually be making an art video next week. I'm literally working on one. I recently went home and I got a bunch of my old sketchbooks, so I'm gonna be doing some character redesigns of old characters that I did. I also like really want to thank you guys for 500 subscribers. This like actually means the world to me. One of the reasons why I never started social media before or really tried was I just thought that nothing would become of it, and so I really appreciate you guys. Because I hit 500 subscribers, I can now open up channel memberships, and I applied for them last night, so we'll see if I get approved or not. But one thing is that I would really like to make custom emojis and badges for you all. I think it would be really fun. So if you guys have any suggestions, I would really like to know, because if somebody is willing to pay, I would love to give them very wonderful and personalized things, especially as an artist. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Be wary of what you're watching, especially on short form content, and get some rest. Goodbye.